Do you want to beat the Amazon FBA cheaters? Well, they're out there, and I'm going to walk through how to do it in this video. This example here is a construction set for kids. Now, even in the toy space, you get a lot of people who are cheating, and I'm going to walk through the different ways that they cheat so that you can identify them and maybe avoid entering these markets. Pick different products that are out there where these people aren't going to be cheating you as a seller. So let's take a look at what they're selling here. They've got this magnetic tile set, and the first thing you're going to notice is that it's a huge set. And I know this product because I recently reviewed it with a supplier who was trying to sell me a similar set, and I found that I could not compete with this seller because I would also have to cheat, and I have an ethical standard that I'm going to keep. Now, why are they cheating? How are they cheating? And how can you identify the same things? Well, the first thing is that this is a lot of pieces. And if you notice, they're selling for $24.99, which is fairly cheap. And if you count the pieces, there's 38 pieces that they say they have. Well, there's over 60 pieces here. So their main image is not accurate. Now, if you have a main image that isn't accurate, sometimes people are going to notice and sometimes people are going to complain. So a percentage of the time, you're going to get a negative review when people get a set and it's underwhelming. But to counter that, what they're doing is they're giving away a lot of units on a regular basis, and they're cheating their reviews to offset those negative reviews. How can you identify that? Well, if you click on the reviews and you scroll down to the featured reviews here, one of the first things you see is the set is pretty underwhelming. Luckily, I didn't pay full price. So that indicates that they have an external deal site or some kind of rebate site or somewhere else that they're giving sets away at a discount to boost the velocity. Now, the online picture makes it seem like you'll get more pieces, but I should have read the description closer. So they're actually blaming themselves and only giving 3 stars. And you can understand that that's a big deal. Now, another thing that they're doing to cheat, if you go to the most recent reviews, is you can see here that the set is very small. They have another issue here. But what I found interesting is that they have a Vine customer review from just this last week. That's impossible if you're not cheating because the Vine review program is for new products. Once you have at least a certain number of reviews, I think the number is 25, it changed recently, you can no longer get Vine reviews. This is a program where Amazon gives away products for you with rebates to legitimate reviewers who are going to leave accurate reviews. Once you have a certain number of reviews, you can no longer participate in the Vine program. So this seller has found a way, probably through the use of different variations, like a new variation type that they've launched, signed up with 0 reviews, and then signed up into the Vine review program, given away some products, and then rolled that new SKU into this one as a variation. But there's no more inventory, so it doesn't show up, but you still get the reviews. So that's another way that they're cheating their reviews. Something else to keep an eye on. Another thing that they're doing, which I think is actually really good, I'm going to talk about what they're doing right and why you should also be doing some of these things. This second image has a ton of what you call user-generated content. They've got real kids playing with real sets. Now, these sets that they're showing are obviously much bigger. They might have a bigger variation. Maybe a set that they give away to these kids is a much bigger set, but then they put the reviews on this smaller set. So again, it's deceiving, but it's also a very good use of what you call user-generated content. And they use it throughout. The other thing that they do. So if you go to their storefront, you'll see the top banner is just real kids playing with real toys. This is awesome. This will convert at a very high level. So again, the seller is doing a fantastic job of using user-generated content. They have these giveaway sites that you can use. There are several out there where you can find influencers, where you can find kids to give away. You can even just DM, people with kids on Instagram. I think that that's a really great thing to do. But you can see that they're really heavy into this magnetic tile thing. This one says 118. This is like 250 pieces, for example. So they're cheating on all of their main images. They're cheating on the content. They're cheating on their reviews and their velocity. But they're also really good at using deals to bolster their velocity. So they've gotten to first place in a lot of keywords. They're sold 3,000 units in the last 30 days. So they're moving a lot of units. They're selling this set for $25. You can get a coupon. I can tell you that they're making $6 to $8 every single time this sells based on the size of the set and the research I did with the factory. So they're willing to discount it with some lightning deals on a regular basis, take a smaller margin during the deal, but it increases the velocity and their conversion rate during the deal, and they're able to then offset when it slows down. So they maintain their advantage over sellers trying to come into the market. So that's a really good use of using lightning deals to boost the rank, boost the conversion rate, and keep away competitors who are coming into the market with lower prices or also cheating. So tons of things that they're doing right that you can learn from, but also things that they're doing that you don't want to do if you have ethical standards on Amazon. It's kind of a shame that people get away with this, but what I would say is, it is what it is. Control what you can control. Find products where you have an advantage over design, over some other value add that you can add to the product where the competitors are not able to cheat in this manner, and go into those markets. There are millions of products that you can still disrupt on Amazon, and we teach you how to look at the keywords, look at the competitors, win from an SEO standpoint on those keywords, but also design better products with AI, launch those products, run ads as your lever to grow your organic ranks, and use deals like they're doing. So this is what we teach you how to do. Avoid entering markets where people are cheating. I just wanted to point out so you can identify it as well. It's a cool case study. I will not be selling this product, though, because I don't want to cheat. I don't want to risk the future of my $20+ million brand, my toy brand on Amazon, and you shouldn't either. So hopefully I'll see you in the inner circle. If you have any more questions for me, ask below. I'm happy to answer them in future videos. Thanks for watching.